Digital photography made simple.
Hello again and welcome back to Digital 1-to-1. We all carry our small cameras today in our pockets or in our purses, and those pockets collect lint, and I'm sure some of us have had a few makeup spills in our purses. On this segment today, we're going to show you how to clean your camera free of that lint and perhaps a few fingerprints that we might have placed on our lens or on our viewing screen. I'm also going to show you the cleaners not to use as opposed to the cleaning products we should be using. Let me show you a picture that I might have shot spontaneously reaching a camera out of my pocket and show you a little bit of fuzziness. So as you see here, we have our common household cleaners and a roll of paper towels. Now this stuff is going to work great in our kitchen, but our cameras here need better care than that. Windex is going to work great in glass, and we would think cameras have glass. We would automatically assume that that's going to be fine for us. But our cameras, and especially the back viewing screens, have special coatings on it that the manufacturers put on, like anti-glare and other things like that. And those cleaners here and the paper towels will eventually erode the quality of those viewing pieces. We don't want to go here. So over the many years, as cameras have evolved, so have our cleaning products. So let me introduce you to these cleaning products we have here. All right, here are our cleaning products. Now, if I've come in out of a shoot on location, like from the beach or from a hike in the woods, my camera's most likely going to have some dust particles or some sand perhaps in it, or just plain ocean breeze. And the first thing you'd want to use is your canned compressed air. But before I go ahead and demonstrate how to clean your camera with this, I'd like to show you how not to use the air. Do not shake the can, and do not use it upside down, because on this piece of glass, I'm going to show you a sample of what happens here. You'll notice a white film come out. Now, it looks more like frost is coming out of the can, and truthfully, it is cold when it comes out. The problem with that is it will leave a film on your camera and or on your glass. So the last thing you want to do is to have that stuff come out in your glass. If it does, wait a bit, use one of the proper cleaners to clean it, and eventually it will evaporate. But if you do it too strongly, it's cold air. You can also hurt your camera with it. So with that, know that much. Do not use the canned air that way. However, the way to use it is short spurts at a decent distance. So I would recommend just doing stuff like this, and of course you might have seen that little bit of white smoke just now from my sample, so that was just releasing, so do that first. Anyway, short spurts around the camera, and as you get closer, move yourself in and around the nooks and crannies on your camera and in and around your lens. That would be the best way to get rid of the larger pieces. The second way I would look at my camera, and for both of them, is we have a thing known as the lens cleaning paper. Now this is a lint-free paper that we could use that is great for our glass. But before I also get to this, if for any reason you have anything large around your camera, another good way to clean it without again using a big cloth yet is we have our alcohol, basic household alcohol. Actually, this is rubbing alcohol. We will, little on a Q-tip here like this, and just dab around your camera. You can actually even use it on the back of your viewing screen. It won't harm the coating. So the nice thing about alcohol is it evaporates for you. You don't really need another cleaner to dry it, or rather another cloth to dry it. Just use the other side of the Q-tip and go around like this. And eventually it will evaporate and dry for you, and that's a great way to clean up all those little fingerprints you probably placed on the back of your viewing glass. And I would use Q-tips for that. So we get to our lens tissue, and the nice thing about the lens tissue is it's almost see-through. It's very fine, and you'll notice that it almost feels like frost paper or something. It's like a tissue type paper. It's lintless. In other words, it won't leave pieces of itself around like paper towels. And these are great for our lenses. So we have some products like this. Most of the stuff you'll find in your photo retail stores. And you spray a couple of dabs right here on the lens tissue paper, and then in a circular motion is best. You want to rub around the glass and go in a nice circle. Again, this too will not only clean any film left on your lens, it will also get rid of the smaller particles left behind. And it will evaporate on its own also. There are also things like microcloths. If you don't have lens tissue paper, you can utilize the same way. Again, these are lintless materials. It's also good to get your back of your viewing piece and your eyepiece if you have one. And just a little note, remember, you have a flash, go ahead and clean that too, because you know that's going to collect some stuff on it, and your eyepiece. Get in there nice with that and just give it a nice swirl inside. I wouldn't recommend putting the Q-tip in there because you may leave a little bit of lint in the process. It's really good for the outside of the camera. Now, another thing I like to do is after all that's done, I like to grab my canned air again and give it one more swirl. Sort of a finishing. And that's basically how I would go about cleaning my camera. Now, if you did go out and perhaps a rainstorm occurred and you're shooting under an umbrella, or somehow you got a little bit of mist on your camera, I like to use a chamois cloth or a professional cloth from a camera manufacturer that's also lint-free. And so if you have any raindrops on your camera or a little wetness, just let the chamois soak it around and pat it around like this. Don't wipe, don't pour. You never know if there's any dirt in that rain or if it's spilled from maybe a car splashing. You really don't know. So just pat it around. And I would do that first and then go about cleaning the proper ways. So that's basically the best way to care for your camera in a detailed way. Hey, did you like that last shot? That's because we cleaned our lens and our camera. No dust specks, no lint, no fingerprints. That's how it should be. This is not difficult. Minimal cleanliness, that's all you really need. Go to your local photo retailer. Get these products. Ask them for the best thing for your camera. And for more tips like this, look to our new segments and other segments about digital photography and being a smarter photographer here on Digital 1-to-1.